Hey guys, welcome back to another Matty Ice Reviews. Today, we are going to be reviewing another As Seen on TV product. This is going to be on the Sanisticks, and as you can see, these are the lemon-scented ones. What these do is, supposedly these little sticks you can see right here, you drop these into your drain, kind of like they show on the back packaging, and then they slide down to any style drain, whether it's a kitchen, drain for a bathtub, drain for a vanity, and then supposedly they sit there and they neutralize smells and they help remove grease, dirt, things that are trapped in the pipes. Because that in a standard drain you have your drop, that's where all the water is going down the drain, and then you have what's called a trap. It's a curved piece that goes upwards and it holds water. That prevents sewer gas and smells from the pipes from leaking back up into your drain and making that unpleasant smell. And supposedly these help break up the particles that get stuck in that trap area. I've seen other cleaners before they're liquid. The problem is with the liquid cleaners, as soon as you use the drain again, you're washing away whatever you put into there. Yeah, some of it will remain, but most of it's going to get washed further down the drain. These supposedly have the stick design, so the enzymes are released that eat everything that's in there, but as you use the drain, the stick remains behind. And this claims that the one stick is good for a month, and I think that's pretty good. I only have them do this once a month. Let's open these up and take a look at them. Inside our packaging, we're literally getting two 12-packs of the sticks. You can smell the lemon through this plastic. And then they're just little sticks, if you can see them there. They kind of look like little pieces of clay almost. So we're gonna test these out. It's a 30-day test on this. We're also gonna see how long these last. Once you drop these in your drain, you would have no idea how long these sticks would hold up for with regular use. So what I'm going to do is we're going to be placing these in some cold water and some hot water and leaving them and see how long they stay in the actual water, and then we'll simulate some drain use by replacing the water every couple of days, and then we'll see how long this actually holds up for. So let's open these up. I tried to open this Sanisticks and look what happened. I broke the first stick. I mean, I was barely pulling at this packaging and the thing kind of just crumbled. I almost feel like dog treats. I mean, here's one of the broken ones, and then inside it looks like it's just solid, it's just solid material. It's not really, anything hiding inside. It's not like it's a coated stick that wouldn't dissolve away. So our first test is going to be the control groups. So here's just some Fit Packer containers I have. I'm going to fill with regular water. This one's going to be just regular cold water. And then our other Fit Stacker that I have over here is going to be filled with hot water to see if that affects how long these sticks last. So I'm going to take the first broken one, and there's all the pieces. We're going to put it in our Fit Packer. Here we go, and then we're just going to add a whole bunch of water. See what happens. Okay, I feel like that's a decent amount of water. I don't immediately see them dissolving. It does, there's little chunks that have come off just from pouring the water, but that might be from it breaking. We're gonna let this sit covered with the lid, and then we'll kind of revisit this here and there and see how it's doing. Okay guys, here's our pan of hot water. This is just hot water from the faucet. I let it run until it was hot enough that I didn't want to touch it anymore. It actually kind of hurt. So we will drop our Sanistic in here. Here's our Sanistic, and I do have a hole on this time. We're just going to lay it in there. We'll observe it for a few seconds, see if there's any changes. Doesn't look like anything's happening so far. It is bubbling slightly. It's hard to see, but there's little tiny bubbles as this thing's absorbing water. So I wonder if this one's going to hold up as well. Okay guys, here's drain number one. This is the kitchen drain I was telling you about. This is not a garbage disposal. You're not supposed to put these in garbage disposals. You don't want to potentially damage your garbage disposal with one of these sticks, even though they could be chopped up. I don't think that would be a great idea. And typically garbage disposals run straight off. They don't have a trap. So the benefit of these is supposedly these will fit in here without being obstructed, and then they'll stick in the actual drain. So let's drop her in. Well, that's a fail. It's stuck on part of the drain right there. You guys can see. Whoa, okay. So it just fell in there. Interesting. Alright guys, so this is definitely one of the stinky drains of the house. This is the bathroom sink. If you recall, I actually did an unclogging video on this one because this sink from the previous owner of this home had clogged up with some debris over the years, so I definitely want to give this one a try. I think the Sanisticks are going to have a real hard time going in here. And I don't know if they're really, I'm trying to like pull this thing up, but man, see, it doesn't want to go in. And if I break them up, then you're kind of losing all the benefits of, the Sanistick, but it really barely wants to go in there, and look, it just broke. So we'll push in the chunks and see if we notice, we'll push in the chunks and see if we notice any difference, but immediately, these things don't look like they're really designed. Yeah, I could have taken that out, but as you can see, they're kind of just sticking in there. So let's see if I can. I mean, I can still see the Sanistick chunks. They're right there. I mean, I could have taken that out more, but it's kind of a pain to mess with this. So we'll see if this has any effect on the drain. Alright guys, the last drain we're going to be working on is going to be our laundry room dump sink. As you can see, this one does have a drain for our washer that goes into it. We don't really do a whole lot in here that we use the regular, faucet right here, but we do wash a lot of clothes. So let's drop one in here and see how that's affected by the washer and everything. Ooh man, you could hear that one going down. I had this big, long, drawn-out review planned for Sanisticks. As you might remember from the previous clips, I put them in several drains. I put them in the kitchen, I put it in the bathroom. I even went downstairs in our laundry dump sink. And I was super excited. I checked it on every week, and I didn't really notice anything. And then, as you remember our control groups, I changed the water in those every week for 6 weeks. Now keep in mind, Sanisticks was supposed to be a 30-day trial. Well, I didn't notice any changes, and actually one concerning issue we'll get to in a moment. But I changed the water every week in those pans, and I'll show you guys what happened. As far as the drains go, I didn't notice any improvement. The kitchen one, it didn't smell before. I didn't notice any change after. The laundry room sink, unaffected. I couldn't tell you anything's different. I don't even know if the Sanistick is still in there. When I did look in there with the flashlight, I couldn't see any traces of it, so it might have been broken up by the sheer force of the water that comes out of that laundry machine. We do a ton of laundry around here. But the Sanisticks, I'm gonna warn you, I had to put this in the bathroom sink, and you saw how it broke as it was going in. My bathroom sink now does not work properly. It fills up with water and it doesn't go away very rapidly anymore. Now it's just a mess. I have to now pull it apart, and when I look in there, the Sanistic is still like in solid pieces. It's not coming apart, it's not melting down. I've really tried to like crush it up in there. It's just turned into a total headache. So far Sanisticks, it's a big fail. I don't smell any lemony scent. I don't see any progress in any of the drains, and it's made one drain worse. So these are gonna go straight in the trash, guys. I don't trust them. And let's take you over and actually look at what's going on in the pans. I have them set out already. Alright guys, so here's the progress on our pans of water that I've been replacing the water in every week. We have our two pans. We have cold water and the hot water. So I've been replacing them with the same type of water. It's just sink water, cold and hot, and here's the results. They look identical. The water, as you can see, is opaque now, and it does appear to have some type of material in it, so I guess it is working to some extent. And all that stuff on there, that's actually stuff that came off the lid. It like started like crystallizing around the lid at a certain point. I'm just super disappointed in how this has gone. The one that was broken up, here's our one piece. It's soft now, so I guess it is absorbing water, and if you try and pick it up, it's like noodly and it's very mushy. That leads me to believe that over time the Sanisticks are not staying in that solid form. If they absorb water, or they're sitting in a P-trap like they're designed to do, they're just going to break up, they're going to turn into a noodle, they're going to bend, and then they're going to go with that P-trap. So it's useless. What's the point? Here's the other one, the whole one. As you can see, it's the same thing. It's It's very loose. I can wiggle it back and forth, and if I try and pick it up, it turns into mush. So I am highly disappointed with these Sanisticks. I was really hoping these Sanisticks were going to pan out. I have to say, they're just complete trash. Don't waste your money. They could potentially make your drains worse and cause you more heartache. And additionally, they don't appear to do what they say they will. Yes, they fall apart in the water and create some type of enzyme reaction of some sort, but to what extent, we don't know. I've seen no improvement in any of the drains. One drain is now worse than it was before, and we saw in our pans that I changed the water in for 6 weeks, they became mushy. That's defeating the purpose. They're going to be flushed right down your drain with regular use. These do not work as advertised. They promise a hell of a lot more than they can possibly provide, so skip it on Sanisticks. I have to give these a 1 out of 10. These are one of the worst products I've ever reviewed. I can see why the reviews online are terrible on these. Alright guys, that does it for this one. We'll catch you next time. Have a good night.